So why did I create this brand? Well, let me just take this off first, because yeah, already this is quite a difficult thing to do. I normally wear these types of big jumpers as more of a form of protection, really, just so that people don't see the real me. But the whole point of this is to show people the real me, and hopefully others feel like they can show themselves the real them, and not be so caught up in this perception of what they feel is, the way to look or the way to be, how others might feel that they need to look like. I'm a big guy. I've always been quite big, aside from when I was doing, crash diets, which were, unhealthy and definitely not recommended. But I'll come on to more of those in the future. But yeah, this is me. I've definitely, got an odd shaped body. I've always had an odd shaped body. So I guess the why really stems back from when I was a child. Growing up as an only child, was well fed, ate a lot of kind of processed foods and ready meals and stuff like that. And, obviously things like that do contribute to, how you look, the level of body fat and things like that. And perhaps it's contributed to things like, the moobs, or, the extra fat that I can't get rid of now. But yeah, I've always been a big child. I've, grown up being large across, all my whole class. I was always the biggest. Puberty hit, you started to grow and develop in places which I'm quite embarrassed about now, but, I've always been aware of that, or, I developed a shyness towards, getting changed in front of people, or, segregating myself to situations where, I'd either be the last person or the last kid into the changing room, or the one that kind of goes in first and then goes and gets changed in the cubicles, just so that I can get changed but not have anyone else see me. It's been a weird upbringing from that point of view, so I don't even know if this resonates with anyone else, but that's, some of the stuff I used to do. Obviously that impacted me massively, because everyone else in my school, or certainly in my class, or even the teams that I was playing sports with, no one else was really fat, or no one else really looked like me. And yeah, I know there are always larger kids in every school, or kids that don't really care about this stuff, and that's great, and that's that's I wish I could be like that. But I've been kind of conditioned to think the way that I think, because perhaps it's an impact of the bullying, or it's an impact of how I was kind of made to feel like I should look. So the kind of the impact it's had on me, from a mental health point of view, from a confidence point of view, I guess it's only really now, like, kind of reflecting back, and the reason why I'm putting this together, it's actually had a lot more impact than I realize. And I guess I want to try and help anyone who's at any age, going through this kind of thing, where they may not even realize, why they, wear oversized shirts, or they might not realize why they're wearing, these hoodies, or, jackets, and, things to kind of cover themselves. And even, if you're a parent and you've got kids who you've maybe seen a change in them, and, you've realized, puberty's kicked in, or they're perhaps something's bothering them, and you just can't figure out what it is, and whatever you're suggesting might be the issue may not be the real issue. I'm not saying that their body growing in certain ways is going to be the reason why they might be moody or whatever. I guess that's teenagers, but it could be a reason. So I'm just trying to bring this topic to light, because I think it's definitely not one that is spoken about. Yes, there are fitness gurus, there are mental health experts, and they focus on certain niches, but I think something like this, it's a central piece to why you may feel, or why someone else may feel a certain way or think a certain way, and without it being addressed and kind of normalize the topic, nothing's really going to change. And I think, if I can contribute to that, or contribute to someone who's going through school and maybe starting to condition and change the way that they feel about themselves, to stop that, because I don't want to see them ending up at 37 years old like me, feeling insecure and shy, and wearing compression tops every time I go out, because I'm scared to walk down the road and people see me and my wobbly goodness just shaking about. So I don't want to hide behind this anymore, and partly it's just better late than never type of situation, and I wish I did think of this sooner. Obviously, I don't even know how big this potential topic even is. People might turn around and say, what, I'm not really that bothered at all. But I do know that people like myself who have tried various meds, exercises, pills, whatever, thinking of surgery and all of these things, you could avoid all of that. You could avoid wasting your time and money on things like that if you could just learn to almost just have more self-worth, and think, what, I look like this. I know it's easier said than done, and I'm not by any means saying I'm fixed or I've cured myself, but if I can help someone to think, what, it's not actually that bad, it's not really gonna change my life, if I were to go under the knife, or if I were to take these pills that God knows what other side effects you might get from them. But at the end of the day, you are who you are. You value yourself. You're worthy of yourself, and I don't want to get the point across that I'm against exercising or going on diets and things. I'm all for that. I'm doing those things myself. In the past, I've done it for the wrong reasons. I've done it with a sole view of trying to get rid of the fat and the moobs and the wanting the six-pack because that's what girls wanted, and all of these things, which, speaking out loud now, it's just like, it's actually pathetic thinking about all the things that I did to try and look like someone else, when I guess just being myself. And yes, I've fluctuated in weight, and I met my now wife when I was slimmer. I still had moobs, I still had fat, but I was definitely slimmer than I was. But I still met her, I still, won her over, we still got married, we still had 2 kids. It's more the other stuff, like it's how I am now as a result of these insecurities that I want to try and change for not just me, but for other people as well. While still looking after myself, but exercising for the right reasons. Like, I've just come back from a walk, not because I'm like, right, walking 10k steps a day is going to help me lose my moobs or my fat, but it's gonna, that walk helped me mentally. It helped me just get some fresh air. It helped me to get out of the house. It helped me just to kind of think about topics, to talk about during these videos. So stuff like that, it's more, for the right reasons, rather than I want to change this because I want to look like someone else, because I want to, potentially feel and be like someone else. It's pointless. You are who you are. You've just got to embrace that and try and, just find some sort of gratification behind that and feel that you are worthy. So, long answer, that's my why. I want to try and support everyone that may be going through this, people that have been affected by this, people you may know who are affected by this. Bring this to light, make it more aware, make it normal, make it not so much of a big deal, and ultimately use all of these things to help myself, help you, so we can all help each other.